This is a birthday cake for my 8-year-old goddaughter. Every year she requests a special cake, and this time it's a 3-headed dragon. The upper and lower jaws are made with royal icing, which is made of sugar and egg whites. When allowed to dry, royal icing becomes hard and strong. Here I'm extruding the dragon's gums. Next, while the gums are still wet, I'm piping on the teeth. I'm adding on a little mustache here. Now that the upper and lower jaws are hard and dry, I can pick them up and handle them more easily. Matching the best upper and lower jaws, I use royal icing to glue them together, forming a complete head. Once these are dry, they will be ready to apply to the cake. In the meantime, I am frosting the cake. I use buttercream icing. This will stay smooth and creamy. I use a special icing tip to help the icing go on more smoothly. A turntable helps me do the job. I have to use quite a bit of buttercream to get the cake covered, so I frequently reload the bag. Since this is a chocolate cake, the crumbs would be particularly noticeable in the white frosting. A large spatula helps me to smooth out the icing without kicking up the dark crumbs. To give the feeling of waves in a sea, I'm applying some buttercream arcs tinted with blue. As I researched dragons portrayed in Chinese art, I noticed that some dragons were floating in the clouds and others were swimming in water. So I was inspired to incorporate both elements in my design for this cake. This embellishment continues the theme of water. The swirls are a metaphor for the vortices and currents, as well as the foam created from the crashing waves. These white arcs are made of royal icing. I'm using these as a kind of spine to give the dragon structure. The elongated spines on the back of the dragon are made of royal icing, which I allowed to harden. This way, I am able to insert them into the soft body with control and have them stand up more easily. This is the dragon's mane. I'm extruding the mane in a way to soften the transition from the rigid head to the soft buttercream body. The mane also gives me the opportunity to add extra movement and energy, suggesting the presence of wind. I made the clawed feet earlier out of royal icing so that the talons would have a more three-dimensional feel and hold their shape. Because they are rigid, I have the option of adjusting the placement of the feet. In the spirit of the mane, I'm adding a beard to the chin of the dragon. This adds more movement to the dragon's head. As I was looking through Chinese artwork, I noticed that the fire had a very specific shape, unlike the shape found in Western artwork. I wanted to make sure to get it right, so I prepared the fire in advance and let it harden. This allowed me to change the position and orientation of the fire in 3 dimensions to give the effect that it was emanating from the dragon as well as enveloping the dragon.
Really?